In this series, we are talking about the scope of piping engineers. In previous sections, we talked about the role of piping design layout engineers, piping material engineers, stress engineers. In this section, we are going to talk about the field construction engineers. So let us go directly to this section. In between, we talked about the role of how critical the piping engineering in a process industry. There are a lot of blue links. You can go directly, for example, process plant, processing unit. There will be a video link to all these blue links. You can go through this link, scope of piping engineers on EPCLAND.com, and you can check out these blue links. So let us go directly. We talked about there are five type of engineers, and we are talking about each one by one. And now we are going to talk about piping field and construction engineers. Okay, so this is the section for piping field construction engineers. So most interesting and challenging job. Okay, you have to be at site. A lot of hardship will be there. So piping field engineering job is most interesting but challenging also. What uh, as you know, the construction, there will be few construction stages. The fabrication will be there, inspection will be there, installation will be there, testing, commissioning. So this makes it very interesting, right? But there will be a lot of challenges when we perform these kind of when we go through these kind of stages. So occasionally an on-site piping design engineer is sent to do the site pipe design work. Okay, there will be people from design team, as we discussed in layout section, material section, and stress analysis section. There will be design team, design piping design engineers. So out of those design engineers, few people will be sent to site. They will solve any problem on site and communicate to the design engineering department in case of any bigger challenge. So first they will try to solve it at site by their own. If not, if more time, more resources are required, then they will communicate the problem to the design engineering team. So although we are saying they are part of design engineering team only, and they are sent to site to help the construction activities, and construction activities from fabrication to commissioning. So inspection, installation, and testing, this will be part of site activities. So now once a piping field or construction engineer is sent at site, what kind of job responsibilities are there? What kind of expectations, demands are there for from such jobs? Okay, first of all, they need to have very good international code and standards knowledge, because they have to interact with so many people, they have to solve so many problems at site, right? So they have to be aware of all the technical clauses, so that nobody comes and challenge them, and they don't have to go back to design engineering team for small issues. So they have to be aware of so many clauses. Capability to verify the technical documents. Now again, once they are communicating the design technical knowledge to the construction teams, they have to go through a lot of technical documents, right? So they have to be very good in understanding the technical content. They have to be very good in communicating the technical content to the other people also. So understanding the safety procedures, right? At site, safety is really very important. So along with the design activities, they have to be aware of safety procedures, so that they can communicate it to the site people. Strong technical knowledge of the construction processes and resource handling, right? Once you're at site, whether you are part of design engineering team or not, you have to be very good in construction processes. You know, you need to understand what is the sequence of construction processes, right? First what we have to do, then what is next. Those sequences you have to, those processes you have to be very clear. Then resource handling, how you are handling the resources, whether it is manpower or any components or piping components or any other thing. You have to be very clear in handling, because handling is again associated with safety. Capable of performing construction activities. So along with support, sometimes they are involved into construction activities also and facing challenging scenarios. So once the design engineer is associated with construction activities or any other person who is associated with construction activities, there will be a lot of challenges, a lot of scenarios will be there where a lot of hard work or safety concerns will be there. So that is why we call it challenging. So a lot of challenging scenarios will be there at site. Tendency to qualify the local regulations, safety regulations, and to meet the project deadlines. Now we talked about the code and standard they have to be good in. At the same time, local regulations, what are the local regulations and safety regulations? If they know it better, then they can correlate with code and standard requirements. They can correlate with technical requirements. So they have to be good in both. Also at the same time, along with following all the code and standard requirements, the local regulation requirements, safety regulation requirements, they have to meet the deadlines also, right? So they have to be good in technical, they have to be good in coordinating with so many people at site. They have to be ready with a lot of challenges, right? So this is what is demand from these kind of roles. Now let us see what they do. As we discussed a lot of stages, various stages at site. So they will be performing the piping fabrication and installation activities. They will be performing the inspection and testing things, management of resources and tools, right? We talked about these things at resource handling. So non-destructive testing will be there, right? Installation testing. Then ensure safety, providing solution to construction problems. So this is what they will be doing at site, right? They will be involved in all these activities, whether it is fabrication, inspection, installation, testing, commissioning. They will be supporting the area experts from design part. That means they will be communicating the technical requirements. So this is what role for piping field and construction engineers. There are scenarios when, as we discussed in the beginning, like most of the time the design team people, they go at site and they perform the site engineer's role, but sometime external new people are recruited, especially for the role of piping field engineer. They directly go to site, so that time they have to be coordinating with design team. A lot of coordination will be required. So this is what is the role of piping field construction engineer. Now let us see what kind of mechanical engineers are there who are suitable for such roles. Okay, mechanical engineers who are interested in construction and field activities, who are good at making decisions. Why making decision is must? Because at site a small decision can cause a lot of cost, right? So they have to be very good in making decisions. Then they are best suited for this kind of career. As we know, this is a hardship job, but once you are good at few things, if you have interest in such things, then this role is fit for you. So this was the agenda of this video. We talked about the role of site engineers. Okay, what is expected from them, what are the various stages of activities at construction site, and what kind of mechanical engineers are suitable for such roles. So in next part we'll talk about the piping project engineers.